I am feeling so hurt.
Oh.
I haven't spoken to you or seen you since last year.
That is, oh my God. That's awful. Boo.
That's like my favorite joke at this time of the year. Are we good? We haven't talked since last year.
Keep going, and we're gonna not talk again until next year. We're back.
We're back for season 2 of On the Porch with From Porch Music. My name's Logan.
I am Jenna, and thanks for coming back for more.
Yeah, we're here bringing you more great conversations with Canada's country music industry, both emerging artists and established. We have a lot of great plans for this year, and we're really excited to jump right in.
We might even mix in some chats with industry professionals. And I do not have a swear jar this season. I'm going to behave myself.
I'm going to have a swear jar just in case. Because in our first episode here with Josh Ross, you've already broken your promise.
No, I don't.
You do. He literally said, "Oh, we're cussing on this show?"
I forgot. My goal is the explicit symbol. We actually had a great conversation with Josh. He was late 3 times maybe. And he now knows that when his Google Chrome says update, he should update. But we made it. We had a great chat. We talked a lot about what he's been up to over the last year. His life is definitely a whirlwind. He was one of our artists to watch in 2020, so thanks for not letting us down. Or 2021 maybe. Thanks for not letting us down. And we're super stoked for him.
Yeah, so here's our conversation with Josh.
We are back. Welcome to season 2, episode 1. Josh Ross, did you know you're going to be our season premiere?
You did not. You guys just told me, and I'm all excited.
Yeah.
No pressure.
Well,
no pressure.
Yeah. It's safe to say 2022 was a big one for you. Have your feet caught up to you yet?
Yeah. I mean, I'm starting to enjoy some time here, just like downtime a little bit as the year's kicking off. But it was an amazing year. I'm very, very lucky. I think sometimes you don't realize how much has gone on until you kind of slow down for a minute and look around you. And very lucky. Yeah, it's just been a really great year and years of work that starting to get noticed a little bit. So it's great.
It's finally paying off, huh?
Yes. You always wait for the payoff. I think mom and dad and family and everybody always looks for the payoff.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's run the highlight reel a little bit. So 2021 summer, we have you on our live sessions. Pandemic things, couldn't record live or couldn't go play live.
Right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I forgot we did all these live sessions. Holy, that seems like it was 10 years ago.
You released a song called Tall Boys.
Yeah.
That one kind of popped off a little bit.
Crazy. That was my first moment that I felt like people actually cared or noticed what I was doing, I think.
Like you felt like people might be listening this time?
Just messages on social media and stuff like that, or actually resharing your stuff. And I think the music video really helped with that too, just for a visual on it. But
yeah, that looks like a fun one.
Everybody's like, what songs are your favorite? And I really my early stuff I really love and enjoy, but I think it's the Tall Boys and to now that I'm really less proud of, So
yeah, well, there's this pretty very stark evolution from your first stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Did you start working with a new team so you moved to Nashville a couple years ago?
Yeah, I started taking trips in 2018 in Nashville, recorded that EP, the Do What You Love kind of EP thing. I don't even know really what I was doing fully at that time, but I think I sang, recorded that within a year of singing. So it was really early on, and the songwriting was very new, and just that whole experience was very fresh. But there was no really team involved. It was just me. My buddy Ty did graphics, and I just knew some people in town that cared about what I was doing, and it was just little things, more or less my connections up until First Taste of Gone, and even when I released that was independent to start. So
yeah, that's pretty sick. First Taste of Gone was a new thing. It was, I shared with one of your team members I didn't share my Spotify Wrapped this year because apparently I listened to one of your songs the most of all, and I was like, that can't be true. It wasn't that many times though. Like I listened to thousands of songs in a year, so
Jenna, it's okay to say you're a fan.
No,
Are you a fan?
no. Yeah, but
No.
when I saw it come up, I was like, I listened to a song 27 times, and that's my number one song. That's not that many.
That's not that many. I think mine was like 150 something.
What was your top song?
It wasn't even country. I think it was a Post Malone song.
Oh, I love Post Malone.
Mm-hmm. I think I only had like 2 or 3 country people in my top, like 5 songs of the year.
So did I, and one was you.
Well,
but
season premiere.
Woo.
It wasn't First Taste of Gone. It was Before I Loved You.
Wow, that one's like what?
It's a deep cut.
Weird.
It's an underdog song. I love it.
I've always thought
I fucking love that song.
Honestly,
now I'm admitting it.
Swear? This is great. Did you just swear on camera?
Yeah, so we have our starting, actually this season, this is a great segue. Let me just cut in here. This season we're starting a swear jar for Jenna. Every time she says fuck, a quarter is going right in that jar.
Wow.
I have a potty mouth.
She has a potty mouth.
My nieces and nephews want like $5 and $10 bills now when you do it. So quarters are still cheap.
Well, I mean,
you wouldn't do well then.
Don't tell them that. Don't tell them that. Or else my fines are going to go up.
No, Before I Loved You is like, yeah, it was a song that I put out. It was weird. TikTok was like a new thing. I wasn't really fully into it. It wasn't maybe like, say, the TikTok friendly songs. And it just, kind of got on some playlists, didn't really do a lot. And then I think, going back in November, December, that's when it started streaming the most I'd ever had. And it was actually kind of like catching up to some of the other songs, like as daily amounts of streams, which was kind of weird.
Cool. Yeah.
And then A Different Night kind of started to do its own thing. But yeah, it's really weird. It's always been one of my favorite songs. Just a different vibe.
There's a line about neon that I like. That's why I listened to it 27 times.
Okay.
Yeah, she's only listened to it 27 times.
Yeah, it's good. No, it's good.
Well, literally. Okay, anyways. But yeah, so Before I Loved You is like a last year thing. First Taste of Gone is like where it like, hi, Josh Ross is here. I literally remember writing that song and leaving the writing room going, this is me for the first time ever. And it was a really cool feeling. And I always thought it was kind of BS when people said that, like you'll find like you. But I had sent it to a couple people and showed a few of my friends that I was living with, and they're like, dude, this is it. I mean, within 3 weeks I had recorded that song and put it out.
Well, in 3 weeks, holy.
Yeah, I just let it, I bypassed kind of what I had some other plans to record some other stuff.
Did your producer want to kill you?
No, I was actually working with, so Before I Loved You was done by Matt, who's my producer now still. And we were supposed to go and cut it a different song, which we still never cut to this day. And Matt got COVID on a Tuesday, and we went in and wrote First Taste of Gone on that Tuesday instead. And then that Thursday recorded it.
Oh.
It was super weird how things
The things that are meant to be kind of happen.
It's funny you say that song was the first time it felt like that it was a song that was you. Because like when that song came out, it really felt like that song kind of took a turning point in your sound even. And it really came across as really genuine. So
Shout out to the Heartbreaks.
It's funny how that works.
It came from not the other, like Before I Loved You was a kind of a real situation too, but not as obviously deep as First Taste of Gone. And that was the first time where it was like me and Mason, the guy I wrote it with, he knows a lot about my personal life and kind of what was going on. And it was weird. We just had the idea from like a week before. We were just literally sitting at a bar, and he literally gave me a Jack and Coke, and we were at Red Door, so that's the Shade of Red neon line. And he said, here's your First Taste of Gone. And I was like, that's the title. And then we wrote that a week later.
I wish I was that poetic in my everyday life.
It's weird. No, as he's literally handed me, and he's like, here's your First Taste of Gone. And I was like, man, that's a Bible. Yeah, that's beautiful. This is a moment.
That's beautiful.
So
crazy.
You released it independently first, and it did well on its own. Did it crack? It cracked top 40 on its own, did it not?
Yeah,
Before?
top 40 on its own. Yeah, which was kudos to Rob. I had hired Rob Chuby for radio promo, and he's somebody that believed in me kind of since 2019, and just never really had the right opportunity to showcase the right song. And it's weird to think 2019, 2020, 2021. Now we finally put something out in 2022. So it's like time goes by.
Yeah, it does.
But yeah, that was top 40. I think I got on some of the major, playlists independently, which was really cool for the first time. And of course, that's when kind of everything started to move. So
yeah, let's talk about everything.
Mm-hmm.
You signed a little record deal.
Little one, yeah.
Not too shabby.
Universal's been a blessing, really, the whole team, and giving also a Canadian artist the opportunity to be a global artist, I think, is the biggest thing. And I have to thank my management, the core, for that too. They kind of came in on the deal also to make sure that this Universal deal was very targeted towards making a mark in the U.S. and finding U.S. partners and that kind of stuff. So they've been really, really great, and we have really exciting announcements coming too that I'm thrilled about. So,
do you look back? Do you think 2 years ago even you'd believe how your life has transpired?
It's crazy now that I'm doing more stuff. Like today, I was recording little videos for DSPs and stuff like that, and I don't think I realized what extent of stuff, and I'm just getting into it. The amount of stuff you're gonna kind of have to do. I always once I found music, I really did believe in my heart that it was where I was supposed to be, or I had something to say, or honestly, music saved me. I think I had sports kind of a lot growing up to kind of get through a lot of that stuff and what was going on every day in my life. And the music's just totally translated to taking that position. And so I always felt for some sort of way it would be part of my life. I just didn't know exactly what was going on. So
you played hockey, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I played everything. So my last sport I played was football, Western University. But I raced motocross for 12, 15 years, hockey for 15.
So I found, this is not anything new, but it seems like so many artists have a really strong sports background.
Yeah.
Is there a connection there that I'm not getting?
You're not getting? Or did you play sport? Did you play sport?
You did not.
I did. No. I played sports, just not team sports. I didn't play well with others.
No, I would say yes. I think I was fortunate to do sports that were also independent solo sports, like motocross, for instance, is just you on the bike racing against other people. I think that's really translated a lot in the sense of just it's you're on the track. I think of me as I'm on the music track and I'm really just racing against myself. And I think once you start to pay attention to the people racing around you, you'll find they're kind of catching up or you're distracting yourself. I've been really lucky with that. And then definitely the team aspect of football and just, getting up at 7 a.m. and, working out, go to class, come do practice from 4 to 7, then film from 8 to 10 at night. And I did that, for 2-3 years, really hard at, Western. And that definitely taught me that kind of stuff. I all the time kind of pinch myself. I'm I got to go to 11 o'clock right or 10 o'clock right. And I'm years ago I'd be, already up for hours. So it's definitely, it's crazy to think this is my job. I'm definitely very lucky in that sense. So definitely translated.
I just tried to look you up on Elite Prospects, but I suppose your hockey career wasn't that as involved.
No, I think I played it's single A or double rep or whatever, and that was.
It's okay. You're getting off easy when I can find you on Elite Prospects. It's a whole new ball game of.
Yeah, hockey wasn't for me. I think it was there's a bunch of things. I think I started. I always say to people, I don't think I burn my kids out when it comes to sports. I think I was playing hockey I started figure skating at 3 years old and started hockey at 4. And I just think all the early mornings and by the time it gets to taking it seriously, you're I don't want to do this anymore. Or
ditto.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
No. I played hockey for a long time in early mornings. Logan's parents told him.
My parents lied to me. Okay, so my parents growing up, they were you can play any sport you want. You can pick 2 sports or 2 activities, whatever. It was important to them that I did a sport and I did something creative just to get all aspects of the whatever of life. And I was can I play hockey? Because my cousins were playing hockey and my friends were playing hockey, and that's just what you do when you're in Canada. And they were well, of course you can play hockey, but just so you know, you're going to have to wake up at 3 a.m. every Saturday for the rest of your life.
Wow.
Or you could play baseball at 6 p.m.
So they went. So you vouch for baseball.
Yeah.
So they just didn't want you to play hockey or what?
Well, they were
did
like,
not.
yeah, they didn't want me to play hockey just because like it costs a lot of money, and like you do have to wake up early, but not that early.
Yeah, I mean, definitely early. I remember like my dad goes to work at like 6 or 7, and our practices were before that.
Yuck.
Weird.
But yeah, so like if I had been like really into it, they would have been fine with it. But
I
they're
just found
like-
that so funny because I was like, my earliest hockey ever was 6:30 in the morning for like school, and he's like 3 o'clock in the morning. My parents said I had to get up, and I was like, never once in my life.
It's just like they're torturing you to tell or pretending it's going to be torture so you don't do it.
Yep.
That's smart. I mean, it's good parenting tactics.
That's
Well-
deception.
I mean, well, hey, my parents did things to me just to like, kid around or joke my entire life growing up. So.
But then I walked away thinking that they were like, looking out for me. Like, you don't want to wake up that early.
Yeah.
And now he can't skate.
I mean,
Well-
I can skate. I just can't stop very well. And I look like a toddler. I kind of need one of those like little like
Don't,
things to
don't-
hold on to.
Oh, the Tim Hortons like the.
I mean, I don't actually, but I would benefit from it.
I'll
Anyways,
teach my nieces and nephews. They just are getting away from that like metal red thing.
they can teach him.
Maybe.
Yeah. That'd be
Anyways,
good.
everybody plays sports
Yeah.
eventually.
Sports definitely help. I think you got to figure out if that's what you want to do for the rest of your life. I mean, I just was doing played the Grey Cup thing and halftime, and it was really great. But I also watched the game and was like, I'm so happy to be where I am now.
Oh yeah.
I miss playing. Like I miss
Yeah.
being around guys and mentality and all that. But it's a rough game and it was freezing cold. And
It's hard on your body.
tough, yeah, for sure.
So speaking of the Grey Cup, what was that experience like? Like,
Crazy.
Was that
it
your
like,
first time on live TV?
Yeah, it was first
Were you
live.
shitting yourself?
So there's like multiple things. One, I don't believe something's happening until it's like right in front of me. That's just always how I've been. So, they a month and a half out, they're like, you're playing the Grey Cup, Tyler Hubbard, Jordan Davis. I'm like, this is really cool. Great. We get to Regina. We did the rehearsal on Saturday. And I think that's when it kind of set in a little bit. So we got like our ears dialed in so that, vocals good, everything's where it's supposed to be. And then Sunday, the actual performance, I'm standing in the tunnel and he hands me my pack and I like turn it on and I have my ears in. So you could hear Jordan singing because it's just, you can hear the vocals, like whatever's going on. And I couldn't hear anything. And I was like, hey, my pack's not working. And he's like, well, once you get out of the tunnel, because all the interference, it'll be better. So he's like, why don't we walk halfway to your like little stage? Because I was playing like the lower stage. And we got halfway along the way and it was still cutting in and out, like my vocal. And I was like, okay, well, this is an issue. So he starts radioing. He's like, hey, can we get another pack down here? Josh has got trouble with the pack. Jordan's only got like a 3-minute performance. So it's like 45 seconds left. He's like, hey, we got to get you in position on the stage. So I get up on the stage, get on the stool. And the packs that we were using have a green light for like on and a blue light that's solid when it's connected. And it was, he could see it and I could hear it, but I was like, dude, it's still doing it. And he goes, I know, man, I'm so sorry. Good luck. And walked away.
I would pass right away. I would vomit and then pass away.
And it cut out like 4 or 5 times during the performance. But it's like very like quick, but the entire time you're doing it, you're like,
Uh-oh,
what's going on? And, and there's like, you're trying to listen to the band. And usually like, that was my first time ever playing like with both ears, like the in-ears in. I normally like at a live show always have one out because I just like the feeling of the room and stuff. But there you can't do it because like when you sing something there, it's like
it echoes back, right?
And it'll throw you off time completely. So I had no choice but to keep them in. But it was interesting. But best experience ever. Tyler and Jordan were really awesome. Great friendships made there, which I'm really happy about. And
so did that panic like make you not able to like freak yourself out or like
you're too distracted?
Yeah, it was like, so yeah, it was basically like sit up there, hey, this is still going on, okay, cool, okay, time to go. And it was like no time to really like think about it too much. Was probably an okay thing. The only thing was just thinking about like, okay, when's it gonna cut out next as you're singing? But it was good. I had the best time. Honestly, a great trip.
The aftermath of that, I mean, it's like a huge platform, arguably one of the biggest in Canada on any given day. Well, on that day. Did your team kind of tell you what happened afterwards with people searching you and trying to find out more about you?
Yeah, so it was interesting. So you could see like streaming numbers, how that kind of like helped translate. And I think during the performance, I think they had like a peak amount of viewers of like 8 million or 7 million, and then like the performance was like 4 or 5, which was really cool. Um, that the best was after was like reading Twitter and
Oh,
like seeing.
really?
Oh
I
yeah,
would have avoided. I don't have the nope. I would have avoided all social media.
yeah. Like I don't care when people like say mean things or not. It's just like I get it. I just laugh at some of it, and some of it was hilarious. Like people like judging performances and who was there and why is there only girls around the stage, or like why is there only one guy, or like all this kind of stuff. And it's like people don't know, like that was all like around the stage was all the cheerleaders. They just changed them into regular clothing for people to know that. So
Yeah, because like you were one of the most streamed or not streamed, most searched artists that for like a week afterwards, and like even looking at Google Trends for the last 6 months or so, you've been one of the top searched artists in
I
Canada.
don't, how do you see that? I don't even know that.
Well, I'm a digital marketer.
Okay, that's cool. I
I can
honestly
show
had
you
no,
later. I can show you later.
no, that's cool. I thought you meant like Twitter or.
No, people were physically Googling you and trying to figure out who you were. We saw a
Right,
big spike in traffic to our website that day for your interviews on the
right.
website.
That's awesome.
Um, so it's just like crazy how that day can just like one opportunity can just skyrocket like that.
Huge, yeah. No, it was great. I mean, yeah, it was just such a great experience, and yeah, it's kind of carried us into stuff that happened at the end of the year with Hot Country, and I think like those little things kind of help. Little wins is like these playlist things the last little while have just been crazy too. So
Yeah, definitely. I mean, your song also like hit top 5 at radio. I feel like On a Different Night is currently in the top something.
I think it's I know it's top 20. I think it's somewhere around like 14, 12. I don't even know exactly, but yeah,
Does
yeah.
it wear off after the first time or no? Like,
I mean,
or do
I
you
was
get
like, everybody
stoked
was
every
like,
time?
oh, it's the weird about First Taste of Gone, because First Taste of Gone was like, oh, we've never seen somebody Shazam so many times. We've never seen like a save percentage on like how many streams versus like save percentages. Like, that song was really high, still now, and we had like all the data to be like, hey, this is hopefully a number one, or like, and it didn't, and that I was okay with it. I think some of the other people were like, this isn't fair. Maybe it's because he's like, it's his first one at radio. We don't want to like give him it. Like, who knows, right? Um, but no, I was so happy. I was like, well, I didn't get number one, so like the next one, because I was more like, if we get a number one, then the next one isn't one. Then
That's
like,
like
That's a lot of
shit,
pressure.
yeah.
That's like almost
yeah,
more
so
pressure.
I was okay with being like, if this one, On a Different Night beats it, I just hope for that. That's really what I'm going for. So
There's not a whole lot of margin of error. We'll see.
yeah, we'll see.
That's cool. Yeah, seriously. Okay, you've got some pretty cool things coming next year. You got announced for a whole bunch of the Country Thunder circuit.
Yep.
That's a
Congrats.
huge festival cycle you're going to be on, eh?
Yeah, it's great. Like Canadian dates, U.S. dates. Like I get to go to Florida and Arizona to play shows. This is crazy.
How
Isn't that wild? Have you been somewhere where you didn't expect somebody to sing your music back to you and they did?
I played a show with Bailey in Illinois. What was it? I can't remember when it was. Like probably like June, July, and that was like a really cool experience. Like, yeah, actually, the coolest part was I had a girl come up to me after the show, and she goes, "I know you don't remember who I was. I was driving a car one night with my roommate, and we came to your house." And I was like, "What?" And she's like, "When you were selling furniture to make money when you first moved to Nashville, we bought one of the end tables that you made for us, TV stands." And she came to the show, and I was like, "That is
What?
super cool." Yeah,
That's wild.
That was super crazy. But yeah, no, it was weird. Like even playing the new song, like people picked up on the words because of social media. First Taste of Gone, definitely more people. And then On a Different Night at the time was so new that I don't think really anybody knew it yet. But yeah, it's crazy. Super, super cool.
It is cool. It is very cool. But yeah, so you're going to be on the circuit, and you're also going on tour with Bailey Zimmerman early in the year, right?
Yes, dates here, which are going to be fun, and U.S. And yeah, no, Bailey's been really, really great to me, and great friendship, and he's just a great dude with a good head on his shoulders, and got a lot going on. So really look forward to that. And yeah, festivals. We got Tailgate Tall Boys, which we're really, really excited about too in the U.S. And then Boots and Hearts, which I'm excited to come home, and it's like a real. This is the first time that's like a real one. It's not like it's not a little pop up thing or emerging artist like 2017. This is it's gonna be crazy. I was talking to the Dunfords before the new year, and just about how many people are going to be there on that Thursday. And they're like, probably like 20,000 people are going to be playing. I'm like, that's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
You played last year there, didn't you?
I did like a thing for Crewers Bank.
Oh, right. I was like,
It's like a smaller pop up.
I was like, I definitely saw you there, but why? I can't remember.
Why?
Why was I there? Yes.
They just really want to make you check off all the boxes. Emerging Artist Showcase, yes.
Yeah.
The wee little thing, the little pop-up stage, yes. Okay, fine, we'll put you on the stage.
Yeah,
you keep coming back.
I did the COVID booths too. I did the Burroughs Creek.
Oh, did you?
I think the max was like 4,000 people or something. Like that.
Yeah, it was like Endless Days of Summer or whatever it was called.
Yeah, I did that too. Yeah.
I feel like those massive grounds would look so empty with that many people.
They did.
They did for sure.
That's sad.
But I love them. I mean, Boots and Hearts is definitely family to me, and they've been really, great.
It's kind of it'll kind of be like a homecoming next summer.
Oh, it is. Yeah, no, they're really great. Stan there was the guy that really kicked my butt in a gear early on too. It's really great. So
perfect. First full circle moment.
Yes.
Let's talk about the new song. You were teasing it on TikTok for quite some time. It's called Trouble. I think I first heard it at Boots and Hearts this past summer. And I feel like you probably played it around the CCMAs as well.
Correct, yeah.
But yeah, Trouble. You like this one. I
like it. It's just, it's kind of got that First Taste of Gone feel to it, like in regards to mean something a lot. And yeah, I mean, it's a true story. It's a real story. I went through a really interesting time in my life for a little while where I was missing somebody and going through the growing pains of that and going out and doing that kind of stuff. And it was just another song that Mason and I wrote, same as First Taste of Gone. And he kind of had a hook of trouble in the idea. And I had left a message on a particular person's phone, basically saying, can you please come back home? And that was kind of like the tag for the song. So it's crazy.
It's a little more desperate than First Taste of Gone in a good way. Like in the song, it's more desperate.
It's definitely got like a dark. No, it's more of like a dark. Like I don't know. Everybody's like Yellowstone, but it's like that kind of feel to it. So I love it. I feel like it definitely. Again, everybody's like, what's the style or what's the sound going to be? And it's like First Taste of Gone was like piano ballad, and then Tall Boys was like summer jam, and then on a different night was like more like rock, hardy-ish. People are saying, and then it's like now this is like westerny acoustic guitar. So
you're really showing the range of Josh Ross.
Yeah, I think I'm just having a great time. Like, and then even the next one, I don't know for sure if this is going to be the one, but the one that we're thinking of next is just like a whole other side again. And I'm like, okay, well, eventually we're gonna have to like rein in it a little bit, but I'm having fun just being like, I want to sing on this and I want to sing this, and yeah, it's great. So
it is. That's very cool. I may have heard the next one too, and it's like I think the person who showed it to me, I think she wishes she could see had a recording of my face listening to it, because I was like waiting for it and it went and I was like, fuck off. I love it so much.
Yeah, I think that's going to be exciting. There's going to be some cool announcements around that song too. And
how long do people have to wait for it now that we've teased it?
If I have to guess, it'd probably be March-ish time.
That's so far away.
That's not bad.
Trouble's just out.
Yeah.
You could drop a whole album of 20 songs and then they're going to be like, when's the next
Where's
album?
this one? Yeah.
It's true.
Is are your DMs like crazy with people being like, are you dropping this? When are you dropping this?
Trouble's been really great. Trouble's cool because you get to see like people using the sound to like make their own videos, and some of them are like really cool. Some of them are really weird. Some of them are just like silly stuff. Like somebody dropped their phone and then plays the audio, baby, I'm in trouble, or like.
I'm actually going to make one of you being late. It's like when you're waiting for Josh Ross to come to the...
Which time? Yesterday?
When you're waiting for Josh Ross to come into the podcast?
You're fine.
See, I told you, Jenna's love language is hate.
You're going to be reminded.
I know this now.
Yeah.
I'm learning it. It's great.
So speaking of social media, and like people taking this song and remixing it or duetting it or whatever, stitching it, whatever it's called, whichever platform. How's your relationship with social media? Like, do you enjoy it, or is it something that you have to work super hard at?
Instagram to me is like easy. I'm not one of those people I post every day and post like multiple, I'll do like stories, I think is like my biggest thing on Instagram probably. TikTok for me has been like the interesting one, because I have a hard time not understanding why a video that you spend 20 minutes on doesn't do well. And then I'll upload one of my car windshield and it's just like the big one.
I know. It's like, so frustrating.
Yeah, so that and then just like trying to like continuously have content for that. I have to thank my team and thank them on a lot of the not even the ideas, just like, hey, let's spend an afternoon, 6 hours like getting a bunch done and let's figure that out. And but I do enjoy it. I enjoy more like seeing the comments and what people think, or like if they like the songs, or how it affects them or something they've been through, and that keeps me on social media probably.
What's
Yeah,
the
that must hit a really high dopamine hit, like when someone's like really just sharing how a song has really affected them personally.
Yeah, I mean, I get some messages lately that are just like even emails. They'll email, Tracy, my manager, and kind of like, love the song and this is what it means, and it's crazy. You don't think that it's weird, but that's why I feel like I do it. Like again, going back to like I felt like I've always meant to do this, is I feel like I am kind of like a emotional person at my core, and being able to help people or make them feel kind of like what I'm feeling, or relate to there's other people that feel like that, I think is the biggest thing. So
Speaking of the emotional thing, I think I remember a video you posted when you're hearing your. I feel like you know where I'm going with this. Were you hearing your song on the radio for the first time ever, and you just like you didn't.
Those
it
are
didn't even
always my
play, and you
favorite
were already.
videos.
Yeah.
yeah, it's crazy. I remember Shannon Ella. I remember she had played at Pure Country. If You Were a Song, that would have been like 2020, 2019.
Those are always
And
my favorite videos to watch. I don't care who it is, who the artist is, whatever. As soon as like,
Oh, it's like, and I'm still the same way. Like, I mean, we got the playlist ad on some of the like Apple Music ones and the Spotify one, which was recent. And I mean, I like
cry.
Tracy calls me like freaking out, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I mean, you go on there and there's like 7 million likes on the playlist. It's all the artists that you aspire to have a career like, and it's really cool.
and like they're always numbers that like you can't actually like imagine. Like sure, 7 million, but like you can't actually imagine. Like that's like so many people.
Oh,
Hot
it's
take
crazy.
with Logan.
And then like even on the apps, you can like you see like how many people are listening right now, or daily streams, and it's like I went through the other day when I released like that Born with a Boyfriend song and some of the earlier on stuff, and I was like, when I thought I took screenshots when like 22 people were listening and being like, oh my god, this is like, who are those 22 people, and now it's like hundreds and thousands, and I'm like, what is going on? Like, it's just super cool.
The analytics can be really addictive.
Yeah,
but also really depressing when
actually,
you're like,
talking about apps. That's probably the app I need to shut off the most during the
Spotify
day,
for artists.
It's like all that kind of stuff, yeah. Because I think like I even subscribed to a thing before, like would break down like everything. I'm like, I don't need to know this stuff anymore. Like, just let me get back to what actually matters,
Yeah, Jenna and I sit on the analytics like crazy whenever we have new episodes released, and like I come from like a digital background, so like the website traffic, I'm on it multiple times a day just to like make sure nothing's breaking, but also just to be like, we're doing well.
This week is better than last. As long as you see like it might not be like this all the time, but it's like that steady thing, then you're okay.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna remember what I was thinking, but that's okay. You also got your first CCMA nomination in 2022. No?
Yes.
How cool is that?
Very cool. I mean, I didn't expect that just because it was so like I signed in April, and I feel like not that people didn't care. It was just it's a different angle, a different view. I think when that all starts to kind of happen, and April till when were the awards in September?
Yeah.
So April to September, that kind of all happened, and yeah, really cool. I couldn't believe it. I was honored. There's artists in there like Andrew's, somebody that I've been friends with for a long time too, and seeing him finally win was really great too. So.
Oh my god! And make a penis joke for live television.
Yeah.
Did he?
Actually, yeah. I was gonna say, what was his joke? I don't remember.
He did, and he replays it on Instagram all the time. Actually.
What did he say?
I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it in a room with just men. I just can't. Go look on his Instagram and you'll see it.
Going right now.
He's funny. Yeah, he's a funny guy.
It was really cool. It was just like again, I got to present an award, which is first time on TV, presenting or whatever. So that was.
You had your lines and you did them right.
I did my lines.
I've seen you at Boots and Hearts absolutely fuck up your lines. So
the
ones I gave you specifically. So
so
you're the worst.
We're having this conversation as like a meeting team thing right now. Is like because it's like read this, And I'm like, but this isn't me. like I wouldn't say, or the way the sentence structured, or like, what does this mean to you? But like, make sure you mention this, this, and this. And it's like,
Well, then
okay,
what
now
does
I'm
it mean to
thinking about
me?
mentioning all these things, but not actually what I want to say. And I'm a freedom speech speaker, if that makes sense, versus script speaker. The funny thing about that award show too is they changed the script like 3 times before. They changed it after the rehearsal before the show, so it was like, it was cool.
You just had to be able to read at that point.
I've had a lot of weird television moments so far.
Yeah, you're like you're getting your TV legs. That's what they'll call it.
Yeah, TV legs.
Yeah.
Did we find the Andrew thing?
No, I can't find it.
Well, maybe it's banned. Maybe he got banned for it.
No. It was okay. It was like, I can't believe I finally won this award. I've been rising so long. I should see a doctor.
Oh, that's great.
That's hilarious.
That's so awesome. That's not even
funny.
bad.
No, that's not
it's
bad.
fucking hilarious. And then he gets off stage and he's howling to himself.
I've been rising.
He's like, I can't believe I said that.
I love it. It's just like a legendary moment.
Who are some of your like homies that like who's like your kind of like crew? Like, who are you?
Yeah, I mean, more on the songwriting side. I mean, my band's really great. Kyle, Jake, and we've been figuring out other players and stuff too. But yeah, Mason Thornley's like been my writer since day one with me. Kind of weird how you find. He was my probably 4th or 5th write ever in town in 2018, and has had every single one of my singles over the last 2.5 years. It's crazy. And then yeah, Matt, my producer, we all kind of just like hang. He's really just honestly talented as heck, and yeah, that's been cool. And then meeting other artists like through the management team too. Bailey, like I mentioned to Bailey earlier, he came to Canada here for Christmas too. I was in Toronto for a little bit, and got to hang with the Universal team and some of the people there, which was fun. And Tony has like a Christmas party. Shout out to Tony every year. That was a lot of fun, so we got to do that. And then yeah, what else? Nate Smith, I think he's really awesome. He's a great dude to be around too. So I got to spend some time with him. And
He's so humble.
He is. He's just a big bear. Like he's like a
He cried at. Did you see his set at Boots and Hearts? And he cried.
Yes. He's super humble. I think also like he's the story of like he didn't happen overnight by any means. Like years and years of hard work, and there's a lot of artists that never get the chances that he gets after all those years, and I think he's very grateful for it. So yeah, Nate's badass. I love him.
This was actually just me being like, do you have friends? Just quiet.
No, I do have friends.
I'm just kidding.
My friend group has definitely shrunk, if that makes any sense.
It's supposed to as you get older. That's just...
Yeah. My dad used to say, more friends, more funerals. So I just, I'm...
Those are some wise words.
Jesus.
I'm kidding. But,
no, you're not kidding. That's exactly what he says.
I'll probably be the first to go anyway. Who knows? You don't know. But... no, I've just been, honestly, when you start getting so busy, it's like I get back to town for like 2 weeks and it's like, okay, well, who can I see here? It's not like I still think of everybody as my friends. It's now work-related friends or this.
Well, you also need some time for yourself to unwind and just like check in with yourself too.
Yes.
What do you do to unwind and like just check out?
I just want to say I threw my dad on the bus so hard on that one.
So hard.
To unwind.
Shout out to Mr. Ross.
Yeah. Shout out. I love to fish. Definitely, just like I like getting on the water. This past summer, it felt like it was getting on the water to break my boat and paddle back or electric troll motor back. But even those days are just great. And my dog loves the boat too, so I take him out there. And
where's your dog?
He is upstairs right now, so he's quiet.
Did you hide him away?
I did.
Why?
Because if not, he like paces on the hardwood floor and it's like
the tap dance behind you.
He's great. I mean, hiking. I'd like to get back into some hunting stuff, but just timing. It's that kind of stuff. So I still love like motocross, car racing. If I can get out to that, hockey games, and Nashville's great to like distract yourself if you need downtime.
Also, but the Preds games are so cheap.
They are.
Going to see a Nashville game in Nashville at Bridgestone is cheaper than going to see an OHL game in like Kitchener or London.
I mean, you can get standing tickets during the week, probably for like $12.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I mean, they have seats that are like $100, $200.
Sure.
But yeah, you just look for an open seat and you just move down into one. That's what
Yeah, it's the Canadian way.
Yeah.
That's
All right,
funny.
Josh. Well, we're coming up to the end here.
Yes.
Where can people find you online?
Ooh. Instagram at Josh Ross Music. TikTok at Music Josh Ross. And then Facebook, YouTube, all Josh Ross Music. And then joshrossmusic.com.
OnlyFans. No, I'm just kidding.
This will wrap this up really well. I've been having an issue lately with like
Fake
Where's this
TikTok
going?
accounts?
yes.
You
well,
do, because they all follow me, and it's stupid.
What, like, there's no way. So I'm talking like dating profiles too, like Tinder
Oh.
and Hinge, and people like using your photos, and, like, some of those like dating apps and stuff.
Take it
Just
as a
tell me.
compliment.
No,
Well, like, what do you? But my thing is like, what are you going to accomplish? Like, you're going to show up to
And
the
they're-
date? I think it's more like to just talk with these people.
Yeah.
they're just being. They have nothing better to do with their time and just being complete dicks.
Yeah, I do feel bad that when I get the odd message from like an older fan on Facebook or something like that, and they're like,
This person asked me for
Oh.
money.
"This person asked me for money, and I gave them some." It's like,
Oh no.
Fuck.
yeah,
Check on your grandparents, everybody.
Yeah.
this is it. Make sure they're not.
PSA: if Josh Ross is sending your
I did
grandma
not ask you.
messages, it's
I'll
not
do a
Josh.
crowdfunding eventually if I need to. That I'm not asking people individually for money right now. So no OnlyFans, but
That's funny. I was only kidding. I can't believe that's not good.
it's crazy. It's crazy. But
Well,
I
Josh,
appreciate you.
thanks so much for joining us. We can't wait to see what happens in the next year for you. It'll be hard to beat last year, but I'm sure there's some huge things coming.
Well, thank you guys. I mean, believing since day one too. I think some of my first interviews were with you guys, so really do appreciate that.
Thank you for taking the time.
Thanks for listening to another episode of On the Porch with Front Porch Music. We're so lucky to be able to chat with artists and make episodes like this one. If you like the podcast, remember to rate and review us, and subscribe so you don't miss an episode. It's the easiest way to support the show. Remember to check out frontporchmusic.ca to keep up with new music releases, exclusive artist interviews, and more. We'll catch you again on The Porch in a couple of weeks. On The Porch is hosted by Logan Miller and Jenna Weiser, and produced and edited by Jason Saunders. That's me. Our theme song was written, produced, and performed by Owen Wrigley.